Lots of photos get uploaded. Okay? This is our current geotagging UI. It's confusing and it's slow. There's 29 million public new geotag photos each day. Only 250 shown at a time. It means that about 5 minutes worth get shown in each blast. So if someone wakes up in Rotterdam and uploads a bunch of photos, and then someone else wakes up in Brussels and uploads a bunch of photos, and suddenly all the geotag photos are in Benelux countries. It's stupid. Popping hot tags for places like Seattle, in this example, London, St. George's, along with hot tags for certain events. So this is a tech conference in Mexico.
So the new images will automatically pop up.
Well, it invites you to explore certain things. You can reload them, get a bunch of different ones. But it's locations that have an unusual burst of activity in geotagging. So maybe Buenos Aires, or maybe the Rocky Mountains. If you click on one of these, this is actual data from a couple of weeks ago. The connection's so slow here. I'll show you some of the stuff after, but it just takes forever to load. This Future Web Apps conference, it happened in London. We show some other hot tags from the same time there, and you can see a bunch of the photos. A little digression. Some of the times it's just the place that's hot, and there's some tags inside of it, like Detroit, and then there's a Tigers game in this date. You can zoom into that. And there's the traditional pink dots on the map UI, except instead of the little widget up at the top for paging through the photos, you have this, which everyone understands. You click on one of the photos and it'll highlight where it is on the map. You click up this tab here. Oops, this is searching for graffiti in Detroit. Your UI and about 5 times faster as well. It's actually more fun to explore.
Will this be like the new UI? That's how people are going to get Flickr from now on?
New UI for geotag. And looking at the interesting photos you find, and combining that interestingness stuff with the locations and the tags. We have a new feature called Places Pages. So you're looking at London again, or you do 100 trillion calculations a day or whatever it is to determine what are the iconic photos from each place. And when we do that, normally I let Dan explain it, but because you got this thing right here, and because I'm doing this as fast as I can this time.
Take your time, dude. I have no rush. I got nowhere to go.
Okay. What we do is we look for the most interesting photos from San Francisco. We take a whole bunch of them.
How do you figure out they're interesting?
We look at things like the number of comments they get, the frequency, where people click through from. We kind of try to factor out things like the popularity of the user. So the user has lots of contacts and they get a little bit of the scores diminished a little bit. If they add it to a lot of groups and the score goes down, we try to balance it out so that the photos that people really react to are the ones that we think are interesting. Anyway, we get a bunch of interesting photos from San Francisco. And take all the tags that are added to all the photos and look for commonality. And so for San Francisco, it's very obvious. Things like Golden Gate Bridge, Bay Bridge, maybe Coit Tower, Alcatraz, Transamerica Pyramid, things like that. For each of those, we form a